folks, welcome to the quick overview and review of Libertalia, Winds of Galecrest right here. Pretty dang new game. It's a reprint of the original that came out in 2012, I believe, just named Libertalia. This is a 45 to 60 minute game, 1 to 6 players. I did play a little bit of the solo mode. Doesn't change all that much, which is nice. It just randomizes the computer player against you. Ages 14 and up, so I think you could definitely play with younger than that. And this is by Stonemaier Games right here. Really, really like Stonemaier Games. They do a great job. And one of the things I love most about it is the contents, the pieces, the box, everything feels just a step up in quality right there. And that's one of the things you're paying for, is the quality of everything. But let's go ahead and just show you a little bit about what all you've got in the box. You've got the Automa right here rule book, which just has a few things to change. Really pretty quick rule book in both of these to get through. The actual rule book really pretty thin, especially for a Stonemaier game. I've got some big box Stonemaier games that take a while to figure out, but this one was pretty straightforward, not too bad at all, really quick in fact in comparison. You've got a double-sided board here as well, which is going to have one island that's going to be kind of the stormy side, one that's going to be the, this one's the stormy side, this one is the calm side, so a little different actions down here on the bottom is what you're going to have here depending on the game that you are playing with the side of the board. And then you've got basically just 6 different sets of things right here. So every single character, every single person is going to have their little treasure chest right here. You can move these dials to change your score, which you'll be doing throughout the game. You've got your little card right here, which you put characters that have died, basically, I don't know, passed away, whatever you actually want to say. And then you have a deck of cards. These are all the exact same, numbered 1 through 40. The original game had 30, so that's kind of nice that you've got some extras right there. I really like the design. I really think it looks nice, and all of these cards and everything just look fun. It looks like a fun game that I'd want to pull out and play. So let me tell you, I guess there's a few more things. You got this bag right here. It's got a bunch of nice tiles in it. And as far as components go, really pretty fun tiles. They're easily, you definitely can tell very quickly by the colors, by the symbols, what means what. That's one thing that I really don't like about some games, is it's very difficult to tell, okay, that looks like it's green, but this one looks like it's green too, or whatever. Some games make it really difficult. This one's very, very straightforward and simple with these tiles and all that. What they do, they're labeled down here. Pretty straightforward, even on the board. You start with the sun phase, and it's got an arrow. Left to right. Right? Left to right, yes. Left to right, then you do the dusk phase. It's got an arrow over here, right to left. So it's got some places where it could be difficult, but it's really not very, very difficult once you start playing. Then you've got these tokens right here for each player character. That's going to be on the reputation board. It's going to adjust a little bit. You have all of these doubloons, this nice little chest right here. These are basically all of your coins. Your goal is to have the most coins at the end of the game. You've got your player aid right here for specifically the solo mode. So this is the Automa deck right there, and then you've got a bunch of these that you can put out and change the game if you want. So you can take these random tiles and place them over the bottom of the board if you want to change them in specific ways, or if you want to change them in ways that you want, specific ways or random ways. So you're going to take 6 of these cards. This is a really, really interesting piece of this game. You're going to take 6 cards. So I drew 11, 14, 25, 31, 34, and 37. Everyone else that's playing the game is going to grab the exact same cards. We're going to secretly play them, and so there's various tasks and things that are going to happen as we put them up here on the island. Now, one thing that I really enjoy about this game is the different things that can happen. Some of the things that happen on these cards, some of the combinations you can play are really cool. There's some where you can pull cards back into your hand and different things, all trying to gain more of those coins. So like this one right here, lose half of your coins, rounded down, and then at the very end of the round you gain 10 of them. So you're trying to weigh if that's worth doing or not. So I enjoy that, but everyone has the same cards in their hand. So it's interesting to see that dynamic of how things are played. I have not played a game yet, but I really want to, where we shuffle all the cards, everyone shuffles their cards, and you just play, you draw 6 and you play, and you have different cards. I think it would be a much different game. It might be a horrible game where it's just super outweighed because someone got better cards than another one. But I'm really curious to see what would happen if you do that, because my wife and I played just a 2-player game, and we, like, almost every single time had the same cards we were playing, so it's just a super close game, and it was interesting to see how that happened. So really interesting aspects of what can happen in that. And even with a 2-player game, you've got the different loot out here that you're grabbing. This helps to mitigate some of those problems that might happen with a 2-player game, which I did like. But overall, I'd say with this game, you won't like this game probably if you don't like some form of attacking the other players a little bit. Now, this is not super attack heavy, but I found that in order to actually like win the game, you're probably going to do much better if you play some cards that are attacking the other person. I enjoy games where you're doing your own thing, you're trying to build up your little thing, whatever it is, and it's kind of isolated, other people aren't messing with that. This game very much reaches over onto other people's ships, so to speak, and different things, and takes things from them or keeps them from doing things. And that's just one of the mechanics of this game that makes it work the way it does. It's not awful, I just don't love it. As far as like that type of a game isn't one that I'm generally drawn to, but I really like the components. Everything feels really nice. Like looking at it makes me want to play this game. And you can potentially change some of these icons down here to where they give you some different things. My wife and I even just played without one of them. I can't remember the saber. I think we just played without it because I found it a little more fun to not play with it. I know a bunch of people are probably going to disagree with that, but it depends on the type of game you're trying to play and that kind of thing. So that's definitely something that's going to happen in this game. And my wife and I are more drawn to games where we can do our own little thing. But I love the artwork of this. The components are fantastic, and it's really unique knowing everyone else has the exact same card. I think this would work better with more players for sure. And so you can play up to, what did I say, 5, 6? You can play up to 6 players, and I think it would be much better seeing different strategies, people playing different cards. Would be really interesting to see what happens with that. So that is Libertalia, Winds of Galecrest. Definitely do enjoy this game. It's not for everybody at all, and so hopefully that gives you a nice little touch and taste of what this game is, what it does, and why it may or may not be right for you. Thanks.